God, yeah. I bet they fucking with my camera. But it's cool. I don't know what they're doing with my camera or what. Like, they turn off my. Yeah, YouTube been on bullshit since. But it's whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, man. Honestly, the only reason why I'm turning on this camera and going live right now is because I'm out in public and, I don't want to seem crazy talking to myself, so I'm using this live as an excuse. But continuing my conversation that I was having with myself, it's like, obviously, like, I think about, I think about my life, and I think about my success, and I think about how things will turn out for me. I think about what that means in the future. I think about all that, right? Because I'm at a point in my life where I'm old enough, I'm grown enough. Jesus, jeez. But I think about, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say too much without, like, I don't want to say too much of my personal information, but it's not that deep. I don't know. It's weird having it, but I'm just act like the camera's not here, cause nobody's gonna watch this video anyway, or this live or anything, cause YouTube be on some bullshit. But all right, yeah. So, I don't know, I'm not good about it. But oh my god, I'm really like glistening. I'm sweating so much just from walking in this degree, in this weather. But I think growing up in the struggle, it's hard to get out, and I know that a lot of people do a lot of misleading. They spread a lot of misleading information. Um, we got people that are born into wealth that claim they're from the struggle. Like I said, like I've been saying, we don't have no proof of that, right? Only people in the struggle know how hard it is to get out. Only people that are, that struggled before or were actually born into poverty know what knows what's that like. What I can even speak, but they know what's that like. What that's like. They know what comes with that. They know the difficulty and all that comes with it. I'm not saying that there's no way out, because of course there is. And at the same time, with certain with certain people, everybody's life is different. Everybody's path is different. With certain people who are born into poverty, or certain people who are born into the struggle, what doesn't get what doesn't get um, any publicity is the people who try their whole life to become successful and do everything right and do everything that they're advised from like successful people, and they still don't make it right. They still don't get any breakthrough. Um, and obviously those type of stories don't get publicized because nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to hear about that. Everybody wants to hear about the not the underdog, quote unquote, right? The person who started off poor and made it into a multimillionaire, because they like to live vicariously through others, and it's that hopeful thinking that, oh, if this person can do it, I can do it. This person inspires me. This person motivates me. But if it's one thing that most successful men have, most successful people have, is secrets, right? So they'll show you their lifestyle if they actually did come from like poverty and made it. They'll show you it, but they won't tell you like the secrets, right? They don't tell you the exact ways that they got there. They won't tell you every little last thing, right? And those little things that they leave out could be crucial for one person that's struggling to actually make it in life. Some people sell their soul. You already know that whole spiel, deal, whatever, blah, blah, blase, 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 whatever, you know. But I don't know. I guess it's just like, what about that one motherfucker that tried their whole life, grind their whole life, but genuinely goes their whole life without ever seeing any slight breakthrough, any slight success, despite working harder than the next person. And there's actually like a book that was like that. That kind of reminds me of what I'm talking about now. It's a book that it's called A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. It's definitely like top 5 books I've ever read in my life. I think I forgot the main character name. Her name was Mary Marami or something. It was something, but it started with an M. Her name started with an M. And this was like back in the days when they had like the wars and stuff. This was Afghanistan. So it was a little girl. She was born into a single mother household. Basically, her dad left her and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. You know all that. But basically, what I'm just cut to this. The basically like the summary of the story was the summary of the story was she was a very good person. Ever since she was a little child, like she would get verbally abused, and I think even sometimes physically abused by her own mother. And she was a very sweet, innocent, good-hearted child. And even when she grew up, and her father, I don't know, I don't think he sold her. He just um, had put her into an arranged marriage where like her husband would beat her, would rape her and stuff like that. Um, and she was she got married to the 30-year-old man at the age of like 14, I think, or something like that. 20-year-old or at the age of 14. But basically, what I'm trying to say is she went through her whole life being a good person, doing good things, having a good heart, being a pure soul, and all she got in return was a bunch of bad shit happening to her. Was abuse, was neglect, was hatred, was was just bad treatment from everybody that ever came into her life. So my thing, when I read stories like that, and I think about situations like that, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. Is it really true that good people just get bad karma? I mean, obviously it doesn't apply to everybody, but just because it doesn't apply to everybody doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to anybody, right? What about, people who do good, who are good souls, have pure hearts, but still get nothing but bad karma? You know what I'm saying? That shit, obviously, it's like rage baiting. It's infuriating when I read stories like that because it's like sometimes I won't even lie. Like I'm not even trying to play a victim here, but like sometimes I see myself in those characters because it's like somebody can do everything right, like, like I can do everything right, whatever else, do what I'm supposed to do, etc., etc. Yet still, it won't be enough for the certain thing or the certain person or for this certain outcome. One thing I know, one thing that is true, I can only control myself and what I do in this world and, the type of energy that I put out into this life, and the rest is out of my hands. But when I'm put in like certain situations where it's like, where I genuinely have to sit back and think like, yo, genuinely, what did I do to deserve this? I'm talking about I'm talking about more mentally challenging than it challenged my mental more than a chess game against a chess master. Motherfuckers really gotta sit and like analyze this, like, yo, thinking hard as hell, like, what did I do to deserve this? And it's not like a more so like victim. I'm not trying to be in like that victim mentality or like a why me or whatever the case may be. I'm just, it's just, I don't know. It's just frustrating. It's confusing. Motherfuckers, I don't understand it at times, and it's just the only thing I can do is continue to be a great person because I know that if I turn into a very spiteful person and I turn into a bad person because I go through bad situations, my back is sweating like a fucking pig. If I let my negative situations turn me into a negative person, I'm losing. But if I continue to be a positive person despite the negative things that I go through, if I, remain a positive person, a great-hearted person, like a good person, despite all the trials and tribulations that I'm put through, despite all the hardships that I face, it won't be as bad if I just allow my negative situations to turn me into a negative person. So I think that's just really my change in mentality now compared to when I was younger. Um, I think now, and I'm just 19, I'm still young. Um, I think now the difference is just I'm way more mature. So with that, I'm able to just accept things for the way they are, um, and just focus on the good things in life. Because even if I were to become a multi-millionaire, I'm still gonna have problems. You know, sure they might not be financial, but there's still gonna be problems in other aspects of my life. Like there's still gonna be problems, however and wherever there will be problems. The only thing I can do is just, like I said, continue to be a great person. Focus on the things, on the good things in life. Focus on the blessings that I do have. Because I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm not successful, by objective definition. Um, I'm not uh, where I want to be in life yet, you know, for the most part. I'm not, there's a lot of things that I don't have yet, but the things that I do have, I'm able to focus on and be grateful for it. I think that's important. That's more than, I think that's important, right? Because, yeah, whether you have money or not, it doesn't have to do, it has nothing to do with you being a great person, and it shouldn't have anything to do with, it doesn't, right? Period. Like, if you're a good person, you're a good person, whether you got money or not. Um, so, yeah. People who are good people, when they didn't have any money and then they changed, when they had started getting more money, they were always bad. They just started to show the true colors. But, yeah, money isn't a determining factor of a good heart and a good person and a good soul. And that's always more valuable than money because you can be a Diddy. You can be a Diddy. You can have all the money in the world. You can still be a Jeffrey Epstein. You know, character has nothing to do with money because your soul and who you are as a person, your heart, your intentions has nothing to do with money. So, but that's all I'm saying. Um, all in all, yeah, I don't know. I'll continue to work hard. I'll continue to focus on myself. Continue to build myself up, of course, and continue to do my part because that's what I was put on this earth to do. I mean, it's like if you want God to bless you, you got to meet Him halfway. So it's very important that I do my part. That I continue, and I will. I'll continue to work hard and hold myself accountable 100%, the full way, 100%. Whatever will happen, will happen. Like I said, what I can't control, I can't control. and I'm gonna just focus on myself and what I can control and put good out into the universe and treat others with kindness and respect and appreciation and acknowledgement and how I want to be treated, and the rest is gonna take care of itself. Um, of course, I think about when I was talking about. I think about like like imagine being another. Oh, her name was Mary M. Mary M. Yeah, so I'm thinking about like, yo, what if I'm just another Mary M, where you just go through your life grinding and working hard and giving everything, every last cell that you're made up of into becoming successful, working hard towards whatever it is, that you may be working hard towards, and you spend your whole life doing that just to get nothing. Just to never ever actually see any fruition of, or never just, be able to reap what you sowed. I don't know. Truth be told, I don't know. Well, I don't know. But if it's one thing I can control, like I said, is what I put out into the world, and whether or not I work towards my goals and my this castor oil, bruh. Motherfucker leaking all over the place. But and what I put into the world. So that's just about it. I mean, it's a crazy, 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 crazy world we living in. Trials and tribulations. We got temptations. We got distractions. We got motherfuckers that are put on this earth solely to bring others down, solely to distract others, solely to tempt others. And with all that, and on top of for some people, financial struggles and financial problems and financial issues, we got to deal with all that compacted together into one. So, sheesh, it's not easy. But, we always get through it. We always get through it, twin. That's all I have to say, man. I don't even know if y'all motherfuckers can see me, bro. I'm just talking. Yeah. But I'm sweating so bad. Holy shucks, brother. The amount of sweat I'm sweating in this 90-degree weather is embarrassing, man. And I'm sitting in the shade, bro. I'm sweating. Holy shit, it's really not that hot. But I'm sweating like so much. And it's not that hot. Like it feels like it's 95 degrees, but it feels like 50. And I'm in the shade. And I'm not hot, but I'm sweating so much. It's crazy, bro. And I don't like to sweat, bro. This is like fucking crazy, bro. I always wonder, like, yo, and this is me speaking out loud, cause I know, nobody on here, but like, I always like wonder, I don't never have to wonder or like think about or worry about, the effort that I put in because I know, man, I hold myself accountable. I know what I do. I know I put. you can't expect to, receive rewards if you don't put the work in. Putting in the work is not my issue, it's not the problem. But it's wondering if I'll ever actually get anything out of that. I'm about to backhand you. Thought I'd slide one into some smoke. I'm about to turn them into a cigarette. But I always do. Y'all see what I did there? I always do wonder, like, will I actually ever become successful in this lifetime? Will anything ever like, will I actually ever own a home? Will I actually ever be able to have the finances to move into like a luxurious home or like a it don't even like I'm not even like materialistic like that, but it's just thoughts out loud. Because when you put in when you put in and invest in, like, when it comes to like effort and time and energy, you put in so much shit to like get ROI, return on your investment, and you don't see it. It's like, damn, will I ever? You get what I'm saying? Will I go my whole lifetime just being stagnant? Pause. It's shit like that I just, it's just thoughts out loud, thinking out loud. It's years of working hard. You definitely, I definitely have questions about that. I definitely question. Those are the type of questions that I have. Those are the type of questions that I think about. It's proof, bro. It's true that you can't control the universe. It's true that you can't control things outside of yourself. You feel me? It's true, bro. And it's proof. Every single, like, in everything. You could treat somebody right and they'll still do you wrong. You can't control that. You feel me? You can work hard and you still won't get a promotion. You can work hard and you still won't get what you truly deserve. It's true. It happens and it be like that. But I think in situations like that, in scenarios like that, you just really gotta focus on yourself. Stay true to yourself, focus on yourself, focus on the good things in life, be grateful for the good things in life. Um, keep faith, always trust in God, always keep God on your mind. Don't let anybody throw you off, don't let anybody try to take you away or, you know, disrupt any relationship or your relationship that you have with God. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody throw that. Don't let anybody determine or tell you who you should believe in, who you should do it. Don't let anybody. You get what I'm saying? Don't let anybody. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? You can be friends with people who have different beliefs, so long as they're not pushing that shit on you. Respect their beliefs. Make sure they respect yours. You feel me? Have your lane. I'm gonna have mine. We can coexist. We can be cordial. We can be friends. We can be cool. We can be homies. But we draw the line at that shit, Trust in God, keep faith in God, believe in God, and also do your part. You can't pray to God, ask for finances, and then you sitting on your ass. If you want blessings from God, you gotta meet him halfway. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Even if you work hard and you're not seeing it today, or you're not seeing it within a month, or even if you're not seeing it within 10 years, you're gonna see it when you're supposed to see it. You're gonna see it when you're gonna see it. You feel me? Motherfuckers, we just humans, man. Multi-dimensional beings going through human experiences, but we just humans. We have egos. We get emotional. No matter how hard we try, even the purest person, the nicest person, still has an ego. The nicest person on earth, still sometimes they get egotistical. Still sometimes they get boastful. Still sometimes they get emotional. They get envious at times. It's just levels to this shit. Some people are envious, more envious than others, but we still have those human emotions. We still have those human ways and stuff like that. And you know, we don't know everything. We don't know everything, but it's important that folks like trusting God, trusting God's timing. Everything gonna be all right. And that's the hardest thing to do. You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing to do because sometimes we just want it now. You know, sometimes I just want it now. But there are many instances where I've wanted something and I didn't get it, and then later on, I seen later on, like when as time passed went by, I seen I finally was able to see and really understand why it didn't work out. Why that certain person wasn't wasn't another person in my life. Why that relationship with that certain person didn't work out. Protecting my energy, protecting my spirit. Feel me? I finally understand why. Oh, and now I see why that certain. You feel me? That certain relationship, you know, a certain thing didn't work out because they weren't meant to come in my life. They weren't meant to be in my life. So yeah, and even with situations too. I don't know if y'all can see me. What up, Jax 2513? I appreciate the sub, bro. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, but it's just thoughts out loud though. It's just thoughts out loud. Um, I should be having another YouTube video. Oh hell no, these flies coming on me quick. Pause. I should be having another YouTube video coming out. Um, soon, soon. So if you subbed, then you'll see that, buddy. I appreciate it. Um, thank everybody who liked, you know, who tapped in. I just hopped on this live on some random shit, bro. It's just like I'm not even on that. I'm about to get off soon, but what definitely helped me though in my life now, as a 19-year-old that I am now, and the 19-year-old I am today, what definitely helped me out mentally, emotionally, mentally and emotionally was to be grateful for the things that I have, right? To be grateful. Now the wind is now the you know say I they get to myself now. The wind is blowing. Everything is everything is well. But you know mentally and emotionally just to be grateful for the things that are going good in my life. So you know especially with the social media shit. That's why it's good to be off this shit. Like for real. I just be watching Netflix and shit like that. For real. Right now I'm watching Wayward. But this social media shit is dangerous because like everything is like it's very bad, bro. Motherfuckers be posting fake life and people be, you know, viewers and consumers they be comparing themselves. They be like, damn, I'm like 20 something, 25, and this, you know, and I'm living with my mom or something, and then this guy on here, you know, he's only 15 and he got cribs, he got millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. Comparison is the greatest thief of joy. You feel me? That's one thing. That's definitely top 10 things somebody's getting robbed. Definitely top 10 things I've learned in my 19 years of living. Comparison is the greatest thief of joy, right? Because when you compare yourself to other people, especially like the fake social media, like that you see Instagram, or YouTube, when you compare yourself to a bunch of people that are like putting on masks and presenting, cosplaying, you can get outside of like you get so detached from reality. You lose you lose you lose your sense of reality a bit. You lose touch with reality because you're comparing yourself to something that's not even real. You get what I'm saying? It's like trying to be perfect. That doesn't exist, bro. You get what I'm saying? You're comparing yourself to something that's not even real, to somebody that's not even real. So I think just being able to like not be greedy, not ask for things that I don't need, but to be grateful to have, but to be thankful for the things that I do have and that I need and I do have, right? To be grateful for the needs that I already do have, right? So just be content with my life and be content with the things that I do have access to, right? Like for example, prime example, the fact that I even have a phone to go on live and talk to people across the world, um, you know, and shit like that, and stuff like that. And with this, even with this platform, people stand a chance to get monetized and make money, but that's by the way. That's yeah, that's that's a whole sidetrack. Um, yeah, but what definitely helped me spiritually, I feel like, cause I've been going with this, I've been experimenting spiritually, which is just hearing that alone, like experimenting spiritually. What does that even mean? But I think what definitely helped me spiritually was to be content with the fact that I can't control the universe and be okay with that and just not even try to. I don't even want to. But also to always trust in God. True story. Like actually, like to trust in God, like for real, to trust in God, and always believe in God and have have that faith, have that belief within God, and be grateful, acknowledge God's presence, while at the same time working and making sure that I'm holding myself accountable and doing the things that I need to do, and continuing to be a great person, continuing to treat others with kindness, continue to treat others with kindness and continue to be the good person, have a good soul, pure heart, pure intention, and just moving like that. So yeah, this place I'm sitting in is very zen. It's very zen, very zen. Let me put up a poll for y'all, for y'all people. My phone is. I'm sitting in the shade and my phone is hotter than your breath right now. Playing. Let me put up a poll. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to get on here and talk and say my piece, say my own thing and stuff like that. So I'm kind of done talking about it. Probably about to hop off. But if you guys answer the poll, then I'll stay, guys. All right. I'm saying. No, I will. So I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Y'all got until 40 minutes. Ooh, somebody said no. Y'all got until 40 minutes. I'm out this bit. But if y'all say I should stay, I'ma stay. What the hell is that? What the hell? I like how that nigga kept it real though. Bro, these bugs are crazy. What type of spider is that, bro? 50-50, we need a tiebreaker, bro. Yo. We need a tiebreaker, bro. Yeah, I'm just chilling, bro. You just had to get on here and talk, you feel me? Let me pin this guy, bro. W Mans, bro. Y'all should follow in his footsteps. He's a great guy. He's a great freaking guy, bro. It's hard to stay focused. Not gonna lie. It's hard to keep. Like, I'll say for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. You know, I ain't got the mouth to talk for somebody else, but it's hard for me sometimes to keep my head on 100% straight. You know, it's hard for me to keep focused on the bigger picture. You know, excuse me. It's hard not to get distracted. It's hard not to like try to divert or like not even divert or like how you say this, detour off to somewhere else where I'm not supposed to go. It's hard, man. You know. But I think the main thing that helps me is number one, always to hold myself accountable. Always, even for from the littlest shit to the biggest shit, hold myself accountable. Cause that goes a long way, you know. And just me helping myself, period. Hold myself accountable, but also that spider is crazy, twin. I'm gonna take a lap. Okay. I thought my legs was sweating. My buttocks. That was not me, boss. Oh my god, y'all seen that? These bugs trying to hit me, bruh. That's black crime. That's hate crime. We both black, so it's black on black crime, bitch. Is a bumblebee black or yellow? Can't be both. Mm-hmm. You gotta choose one end of the spectrum. The skin color spectrum. I'm about to hop off in a minute. 50%? I want me to hop off? All you had to say was that, bro. If you didn't want me on here, just say that, gang. I ain't got time for the rest of that. Bro, I forgot to close this door, yo. That's my fault. I'm just chilling on my property, you feel me, walking around. My big ass mansion and shit like that. We got the gazebo, I think that's what it's called, gazebo. YouTube turned off my camera, so I don't know what the fuck y'all seeing right now. But it do not matter, because I'm about to hop off. Y'all want me gone? Y'all want me gone? Just say that, and I'll leave. No, I'm just playing. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to everybody who tapped in with me. Shout out to everybody who subscribed. Shout out to everybody who liked. I love you guys. Shit, that goes a long way. Y'all don't know how much it means to me, how much it matters. Because, becoming a big YouTuber is something that I do want to become eventually. It's something that I do, is like a goal of mine that I strive for. And every sub counts, every sub goes a long way. So I appreciate you guys for even taking time out of your day, even if it's 2 seconds, to get on here and hop off. I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Y'all take care in a bit. Y'all take care.